同心
读圣经。
God doesn't pick perfect kids. He turns our weakest moments into His biggest miracles. Have you ever acted without thinking and messed up big time? Or frozen up saying, I can't do it. I'm not good enough. Well, guess what? Even the great Bible hero Moses failed the exact same way. First, he made a reckless mistake on impulse. Then he completely lost his confidence, but God never threw him away. Watch this story to discover how God meets us in our weakness and turns our biggest limits into His divine purpose.
It all starts on a day when the sun is blazing. The air is thick with choking dust. The enslaved Israelites gasp in sheer exhaustion. Moses steps out to watch his own flesh and blood. His heart breaks seeing their misery. Suddenly, an Egyptian taskmaster is viciously whipping a Hebrew man. The slave screams. His skin tears open. Inside Moses, a dangerous sense of justice erupts. He doesn't think. He doesn't use his royal authority. He checks his surroundings. The coast is clear. Moses lunges at the Egyptian and strikes him down, dead. Complete silence. Moses stands over the body, his heart pounding out of his chest. He looks at his hands.
I kill him. Now what do I do?
In a blind panic, Moses buries the corpse deep in the desert sand. He looks around one last time, believing the secret is buried forever. He thinks he got away with it, but the clock is ticking. Because in less than 24 hours, everything blows up. The very next day, Moses steps out and finds two Hebrew men locking horns. Still trying to play the hero, he steps in to break it up. He asks the aggressor,
Why are you striking your fellow Hebrew?
But the man glares back and shouts fiercely.
Who made you our ruler and judge? Are you thinking of killing me, just like you killed that Egyptian?
Boom! The words hit Moses like a lightning bolt. He freezes in absolute terror as cold sweat breaks out. Oh no, someone knows! It gets worse. The news spreads like wildfire straight to the palace. Pharaoh is absolutely furious, instantly signing Moses' death warrant. Facing certain death, the prince runs for his life. No guards, no money, no plan. He flees Egypt in a blind panic, running straight into the deep, desolate wilderness of Midian.
He goes from a golden palace prince to a penniless fugitive, shivering by a lonely well in the middle of nowhere. Think his story ends here? Not even close. Because how do you break a proud, hot-tempered prince? God drops him in a barren wasteland for 40 years. As an exhausted, broken Moses sits by the well, 7 women arrive to water their flock of sheep. Suddenly, a pack of rude shepherds charge in, bullying the women and aggressively shoving them aside. Even though Moses is completely drained, his instinct for justice explodes again. He leaps up, chases the bullies off, and draws water for them. Turns out, these women are the daughters of Jethro, the powerful priest of Midian. Grateful for the rescue, Jethro invites Moses in for a meal. Moses stays. He marries Jethro's daughter, Zipporah, and has a son named Gershom, which literally means, I have become a foreigner in a foreign land. Then, the clock spins. Days turn into years. Decades fly by. The proud, aggressive prince completely fades away, replaced by a quiet old shepherd. The desert winds turn his hair pure white, smoothing out his sharp temper and his pride. Suddenly, Moses is 80 years old. He's herding sheep near Mount Horeb. He spots a sight extremely bizarre. What the heck is that? A bush engulfing in bright flames, but it never turns to ash. Shocked, Moses whispers, I need to go see what this is. Back in Egypt, the old Pharaoh had died, but the nightmare didn't.
The new ruler was even more tyrannical. Deep in their misery, the enslaved Israelites cried out for help, and God fired them.
Moses.
Terrified, Moses gasps.
Here I am.
Do not come any closer. Take off your sandals, for the place where you are standing is holy ground.
Realizing he is in the presence of the Almighty, Moses hides his face in absolute awe, flat on the dirt. The voice speaks with absolute authority.
I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. I have indeed seen the misery of my people in Egypt. I have heard them crying out because of their slave drivers, and I am concerned about their suffering. So I have come down to rescue them.
Then God drops the ultimate bombshell.
So now, go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt.
40 years ago, young Moses would have used his fists. Now, he's a fearful old man. What do you do when the creator of the universe looks at you and says, it's time to change the world? But Moses shook his head, shrinking back in fear.
Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and bring the Israelites out of Egypt?
Wait, where did your justice go? How did you become so unconfident? Clearly, this older Moses dared not act rashly anymore. He asks,
What if people ask for your name? Then what shall I tell them?
God answers with pure, undeniable power.
I am who I am. This is what you are to say to the Israelites. I am has sent me to you.
Moses still lacked confidence. He felt that the Israelites would not believe him. To give him courage, God showed miracles on the spot as evidence.
Throw your staff on the ground.
Moses drops it. It instantly became a snake. Moses leaps back in shock. Then the Lord asked Moses to reach out his hand and take it by tail. Moses nervously reaches out, takes the snake, and pop! It's a normal wooden staff again.
Put your hand inside your cloak.
He pulls it out, and his skin is leprous. He puts it back in, pulls it out, and it's perfectly restored like the rest of his flesh. Yet, even after seeing mind-blowing miracles, Moses still tries to back out. He brings up his biggest insecurity.
Pardon your servant, Lord. I have never been eloquent, neither in the past nor since you have spoken to your servant. I am slow of speech and tongue.
God responds sharply, reminding him who is in control.
Who gave human beings their mouths? Who makes them deaf or mute? Who gives them sight or makes them blind? Is it not I, the Lord? Now, go. I will help you speak and will teach you what to say.
But Moses panics and begs, please, just send someone else. Then the Lord's anger burned against Moses. Yet, despite his anger in that moment, the Lord said he would send Moses' brother Aaron to help him. Facing boundless love and patience, Moses finally dropped his stubborn biases. He stopped staring at his own weaknesses. He surrendered to God. Gripping the staff of power, he bravely accepted the mission.
Moses messed up big time and lost every bit of his confidence, yet God never gave up on him. He took a hesitant man and used him to save an entire nation. When you act on impulse or shrink back saying, I'm not good enough, remember, God never gives up on you. He doesn't need you to be perfect. Be brave and trust Him because His power in you is more than enough.